This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com, bringing you everyday low prices with no membership fees. Be sure to use coupon code SR4U at checkout to get $10 off any order of $100 or more.
Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the brand new Nike Magista Onda in the Volt and Hyper Punch colorway. Now inside the box, because this is a takedown model, they do not come with any extras. All you get are the shoes themselves. So let me get this out of the box really quickly. And if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So here is a look at the Nike Magista Onda. This is the lowest takedown model in the current Magista lineup, with a retail price of $75 US. So you have your top end Obra, below that the Opus, below that the Orden, and then below that the Onda, which is what I'm going to be showing you guys today. Now starting off with the colorway, obviously it features the same graphic and primary colors that you're going to find on the rest of the new Magista lineup. You have a Volt yellow base in the Nike swoosh, the entire upper, the laces, the tongue, and then of course the sole plate is all Volt yellow as well. You have your Hyper Punch accent, or Hyper Punch detail I should say, in this little pattern here going on the outside of the boot. As you get to the forefoot, you can see it fades from Hyper Punch to like a purple color into a black, and then the entire medial side has that same black pattern. You have your Hyper Punch Nike swoosh with the black outline on the medial side, your Magista branding on the back, and really the only noticeable difference here, at least from what you're going to be able to tell from a distance, is one, it's low cut, so you're going to be able to tell that it's not the Obra, and you can see the Nike swoosh on the lateral side still has that black outline, still has the Volt base, but does not have any of the metallic gold detailing on the inside like you're going to find on all of the higher end models in the current Magista lineup. So that's it as far as the colorway is concerned. Next, let's talk about tech specs. So what are you getting for your $75 US? Think of the Magista Onda as the successor to the Nike CTR 360 Libretto 3, which honestly wasn't a terrible takedown. The quality of the synthetic was half decent considering the price that Nike was asking for it. And again, for $75, I think that you're getting a decent shoe, certainly not the best option at $75. You can always find something a little bit higher end, a little bit better in terms of quality on sale. If you guys check out the super deals section on my website, you'll be surprised at what you can actually get for $75. But considering this is a brand new shoe, if you have to have a pair of Magistas, you want that look, this definitely doesn't seem like a terrible option so far. Now, as far as what you're getting in terms of the synthetic upper, obviously it's not Flyknit. Obviously it's not going to be Kangalite like you're going to find on the two higher end models above this shoe. Instead, what you're getting is Trophy synthetic. So the same type of synthetic you're going to find on the Hypervenom Felon, which is the low end model in the Hypervenom lineup. Now, the reasoning for the Trophy synthetic on this particular model is because Nike wanted to maintain that same type of texturing that they've implemented on pretty much all the models in the new Magista lineup. Now, I will say that the texturing is not nearly as significant as what you're going to find from the higher end models like the Opus and obviously the Flyknit upper on the Obra, but there is still a slight texturing there, so it's not going to have a huge impact on your touch, but it does give it a slightly more premium vibe than you might expect from a lower end shoe, which is why I think a lot of people like the Hypervenom Felon, because it still maintains that texturing that you're going to find from the Nike Skin Synthetic on the top end Hypervenom Phantom. As far as the softness of the synthetic goes, it feels softer than what you get on the Hypervenom Felon, especially from right out of the box. You can tell it's pretty soft and pliable from right out of the box. It isn't overly thick either, so for the most part, it doesn't necessarily have that premium aesthetic, and it doesn't feel particularly premium, but in terms of how comfortable it's going to be and how nicely it's going to flex and move with the bend of your foot, pretty much from right out of the box, there isn't too much to complain about in regards to this particular synthetic, and this Trophy synthetic makes up the entire upper. As you guys can see, there's no variation in synthetic materials. It's pretty much one solid piece, so you're going to get a consistent touch across the entire upper, which is always nice. Now, as mentioned, it does have a low cut. The only shoe that's going to be a mid cut is that top end Magista Obra, which really doesn't compare to any of the takedown models in terms of what you're actually getting. So again, you get a standard cut, exactly the same as what we got from the CTR 360 line. There is an internal plastic heel counter for those wondering. The heel liner is a synthetic leather material, completely smooth, and the insole is non-removable on the Onda, which is again one major difference in comparison to all of the higher end models in this particular lineup. The lacing system is also the same, with the laces being pushed slightly to the medial side of the foot, close to down the middle, but a little bit over to the medial side, so not a big deal there. I actually quite like this lacing system. It works well on this particular shoe, just as it does with the rest of the Magista lineup. And as far as the sole plate and stud pattern is concerned, it's a standard TPU sole plate, so nothing too out of the ordinary. Very similar to what you're going to find from the higher end Orden model. And of course you get the new Magista stud pattern, which is kind of a slight variation on what you get from the Tiempo Legend. I actually quite like how it performs. You have conical studs in the heel as well as in the forefoot, 2 bladed support studs in the middle, and then that one Mercurio-esque toe pick stud right there at the tip of the toe. So again, for $75, it's not the nicest shoe. I think there always are better options in terms of what you can find on sale in this particular price range. But if you must have a pair of Magistas, the $75 price tag they're asking for the Magista Onda, while it's not the most premium looking shoe, doesn't necessarily seem unreasonable. So that's it as far as tech specs are concerned, and move on next to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. Considering the Magista Onda is a low-end shoe, it might surprise a lot of people that it's pretty much in the exact same weight range as the higher-end models. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. Going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 7.4 ounces. So as I've mentioned already, the quality is definitely not the greatest with the Onda, but at 7.4 ounces for $75, you really can't ask for too much more. So again, if you are in a bit of a budget but still want something relatively lightweight, the Magista Onda definitely will kind of fit the bill and be one of the only options in this price range that's also going to fall into this weight category as far as low-end soccer shoes are concerned. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video goes. And move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and of course what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Magista Ondas on feet, and from right out of the box, honestly these things feel pretty good. The Trophy Synthetic isn't the most premium feeling in terms of overall touch, but in terms of the fit and comfort that it provides, it definitely feels very similar, to me at least, to the Kanga Light Magista Orton, which is definitely a very good thing. In terms of sizing and fit, the fit of the shoe is, again, the X1.1 last, just like what you're going to find from the rest of the Magista lineup. And the overall shape and fit of the shoe is very similar to all of those models in the Magista line below the Obra. So the Opus, the Orton, and of course the Onda that I have on my feet right now. The X1.1 last offers more of a wide fit, or a slightly wider than average fit in the midfoot and forefoot area, while the toe box is a little bit more snug. So as long as you don't have a particularly wide front area to your foot, these should fit you quite comfortably. And in terms of the softness of the Trophy Synthetic, it does feel pretty soft and flexible from right out of the box. So I would imagine that it should stretch at least a little bit after a couple hours of break-in time. So again, as long as you don't have excessively wide feet, and as long as they're not uncomfortably tight from right out of the box, they should fit you quite comfortably after a few hours of break-in time. In terms of sizing, again, just like all the models below the Obra, these run about a half size small. So as opposed to wearing my usual size 9, I had to bump up to a 9.5, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you're interested in ordering a pair of Magista Ondas, I would definitely recommend going a half size up. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the Nike Magista Onda. Overall, it seems pretty decent quality in comparison to most other shoes in this particular price range. But as I always say, if you are on a bit of a budget, want to spend under $100 on a pair of shoes, always take a look at all of your options, because more often than not, you can find an older model that's higher end and on sale for about the same price range as a brand new takedown. So again, while this isn't a terrible option, there potentially are better options out there for the same price, if not even a little bit less. If you guys are interested in checking out what is on sale, you can check out the super deals section on my website. I'll leave a link to that down below in the description. Or if you're interested in purchasing a pair of Magista Ondas for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description to the review page on my website, where you'll not only find the high quality images of my pair here, just to give you a better idea as to how they actually do look in person, but you also find buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes, allowing you to pick these up below the $75 retail price. So be sure to go ahead and check that out. If you have any questions regarding the Onda at all, be sure to leave your suggestions, or questions I should say, down below in the comment section. I know a lot of you guys probably want to see a Magista line comparison video. That is going to be coming very, very soon now that I do have all the models. Just want to get some testing time in all of them just so I can have a pretty good indication as to how each of them feels and performs for that particular video. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.